Hey, Greg. I am I'm ready for the avocado happening.
I
Um
sense a theme.
you've got your team on, I've got my team on.
That's true. Coming to you live from Phoenix. Actually, that's a fake screen. But I was at the game against Cincinnati. That was for real.
That was really cold too as well. Uh, so, and did you hear that the lady who smuggled in a baked potato as her snack is now going to Phoenix to the Super Bowl? So that's the power of potatoes for you.
That might actually have been a marketing ploy from the beginning.
Yeah, it was suspicious. But I'm really sad that it was the potato chip people and not the fresh potato people behind all of that. But that's okay. Let's talk about the biggest avocado holiday, also the biggest football holiday. Similar shapes. Coincidence? Oh.
I've got my Mexican avocado all ready to go. Although it ripened a little too fast.
You know what you can do though? I got two bags actually. Um, you can just put those in the fridge and they will stay ripe until the big
Oh
game on
yes,
Sunday.
this one's cold. Going back in the fridge as soon as we're done, and I'm hoping Sunday it'll still be beautiful inside.
Well, I have been sharing tips this week on my TikTok channel on how consumers can get the most bang for their buck in avocados. Whether it is learning how to pick the right one. I always pick mine in a bag because I like them because they're not messed with. And then ripening them at home and then avoiding the giant pits, all that really good stuff. Sharing ahead of the Super Bowl, we've got Avocados from Mexico revealed its ad this week already, kind of a teaser. There's a 60-second director's cut as well, if you're really into it. But one thing that I really thought was hilarious that they shared was this stat. We eat 200 million pounds of avocados in the lead up to the Super Bowl, not just on Super Bowl Sunday. And that is enough to carpet a football field in 75 feet deep of guacamole.
That's impressive.
That's a lot of guac, and it's also proof that Americans will do anything to avoid using the metric system.
It would just take one generation,
Well,
but it's not ours.
this time of year, this year in particular, has been really great for avocados and avocado consumption. And there's a couple of reasons. You know, the last couple of years, we had some nasty marketing conditions from a consumer standpoint and from an importer standpoint. It was tough. But this year
Oh
looks like
yeah, we
smooth
had
sailing.
yeah, we had a blockade at the US border right before the Super Bowl. And this year it's just been a great crop and pretty reasonable prices. I mean, I checked the prices, FOB prices this week, and they average just under $30 a carton across the sizes. And I mean, I imagine anywhere you go, you could find good avocados for a reasonable price.
Yeah, and I love Alvaro from Avocados from Mexico has mentioned this before. It's not just the lead up to the Super Bowl, it's also the bump that the avocado market received after Super Bowl Sunday. I mean, we're not done pushing avocados in stores, and with the pricing such that it is a really great time to take advantage of some of these opportunities and continue. I mean, we got some basketball going on. We got all kinds of stuff happening. We got soccer starting up pretty soon. So it's a good time to keep the avocado good times rolling. So that's been really fun to see, and it's been really great to take advantage of as a consumer.
And change your wardrobe.
Yeah, and change your wardrobe. If you've got a full body avocado suit, you might as well break it out. There is no better time than late February, although it's 75 degrees outside here in Austin, Texas. So
So are you going to
it
wear that into an Amazon Fresh store?
I don't have any Amazon Fresh stores, and if anywhere in the pipeline, it seems like they are. I wrote a column a couple of weeks ago. We visited an Amazon Fresh back in December, and we both noticed at the peak time for people to be stopping at the store on the way home from work, the only people we saw shopping in there were in-house shoppers, the people that were buying for online orders.
Yeah, you and I
Um,
were definitely outnumbered by the employees.
Yeah, for sure. And then Richard Smalley last or earlier this week had an article speculating about how Amazon is stumbling on Amazon Fresh. And then we've got confirmation from the new Amazon CEO that they are in fact pumping the brakes on Amazon Fresh store openings. And he also alluded to the fact that they really need to focus on Whole Foods, and Whole Foods is doing well for them. So I don't disagree. I think that they need to focus on the store that is actually doing really well for them, and refocus on the core grocery store that, after Amazon purchased Whole Foods, we had a lot of ups and downs, and more downs than ups. So I'm not surprised.
Do you think the inflationary issues of consumers is affecting Whole Foods and this Amazon Fresh pullback?
Well, Whole Foods did have some supplier meetings that got recorded where they were saying, hey, suppliers, we need you to lower prices. And that was as recently as last week. So I think that they're having some issues, although the Whole Foods is closest to me, that's just about 2,000 feet that way. The last couple of times that I went in there was surprisingly busy. It used to be a 365 store, and they have retooled it into just a standard Whole Foods store, just on a smaller footprint. So we're seeing them focus on value more than they ever have before. And we've watched over, the nearly 20 years that I've been covering Whole Foods, they have been trying to shake that whole paycheck thing, to very little success. But even
so many of their competitors now take your whole paycheck to get food. So maybe it helps them in that way.
Right? Everybody's taking your whole paycheck. So it's not news to lose your whole paycheck at the grocery store. So I can see that. But when we went into the Amazon Fresh, the one thing that we noticed was they actually had signage talking about inflation and talking about getting a good deal on things, and the prices were pretty reasonable. And almost all of it in there was house brand. And that's something that was really interesting, I thought, and something that you do see to a degree in a Whole Food store, but not as much as we saw in Amazon Fresh. The tomatoes were house brand. The bagged potatoes were house brand. They had very little national branding except for in things like strawberries and the berries category. And berries are one area where I think a lot of retailers do focus on branded product.
Well, those are also ones that have kind of cut through this inflation situation because sales are up and volumes up. And it's one of the few food categories. Even in produce, one of the few produce categories where both of those are true.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I have my avocados that are actually going to go in the fridge because I bought them already and they are pretty close to ripe, ready for my guacamole celebration. And hopefully we can bring home a win for my hometown team, which is also your team, this weekend. But for now, that's it for the Produce Reporter Weekend Review. If you are not getting the Produce Reporter newsletter, you need to go to producebluebook.com and sign up. And send me an email if you want to know where to get one of these amazing avocado suits, if you want to be in the avocado squad.
Oh. I don't think I need an avocado onesie.
Come on, man.
I do believe this is the first time in Patrick Mahomes' career that he's an underdog in a playoff game.
Yeah, that is true. Although I think everyone's been focusing on the Brother Bowl, which is also a cute angle. We're going to have some sports content along with the produce content. They go hand in hand.
We're going to have to.
And maybe some baked potatoes. If it was a media ploy, it was a well done media ploy. Consider me influenced. I want baked potatoes now.
Hard to blame you. They're good too.